Well, of course, never a dull day for SAA. As you just heard, trade unions are now up in arms over the decision to appoint Les Matuson as business rescue practitioner. Heidi Jacobs is following the story for us. She joins us now. So we heard from Numsa, but it's the SA Cabin Crew Association as well as Solidarity raising concerns.
Most definitely, Sean. So we do understand that Solidarity also indicated that they are waiting to see what SAA comes up with, if they are going to put it in formal writing, that they are willing to include all trade unions that have shown interest in this business rescue process. And remember, they gave a deadline to SAA for 9 o'clock this morning to say, you need to prove to us that you are going to include us in this process, otherwise we will exercise our rights. And the big question was, are they going to go on strike? What do they mean when they say exercise our rights? But just hearing from Numsa a short while ago and speaking to Solidarity, they have indicated that they are going to go to court and get an interdict against the business rescue application if SAA does not meet the demands, which includes Vuyani Jachana being included in this whole process, being brought in as a specialist to oversee this. And the reason why he is being mentioned is because, if one remembers, Shahan, last year Solidarity indicated that they want SAA to undergo business rescue, but they put that to a halt when Vuyani Jachana, who was the CEO at the time, said, I have a great turnaround strategy, hold up on the business rescue, I will show you that I can turn the airline around, I have a plan. But he resigned in June this year, so of course all of his plans were pushed to the side, and that's when Solidarity said, we're actually going to go back to that application. So they have given a list of demands to SAA, and if those demands aren't met, they're going to seek to go to court to get an interdict, and they're also suggesting that they're going to continue with Solidarity's involuntary business rescue. Remember, SA has gone for a voluntary business rescue, their own process. Solidarity wants to stop that, interdict it, and carry on with their involuntary business rescue plan.
So, Heidi, let's talk more about the practitioner that has been appointed, Les Matuson. I spoke to a business rescue practitioner yesterday who said that he is independent and senior in the field. So what then do unions want?
It's a good question. What do they want? Let's just hope they don't go on strike, because that would really be detrimental for the airline. But it appears as though they wanted to be part of the selection process, which ultimately means that they wanted to be sitting down with the airline to say, these are the lists, this is the list, these are the names, let's see who we all agree on. But SAA decided to do that process separately. And yesterday when I spoke to Dion Fredericks, who's the acting CEO currently of SAA, he indicated that there were discussions with the airline, with the unions. The unions are saying that didn't actually happen, and there just seems to be some kind of miscommunication between the two. They also suggested that there could be a possibility for a second business practitioner, which is completely out of the question, because that's going to come at a very hefty cost for the airline. They don't have money. How are they going to even afford the first business practitioner? Now the unions are suggesting a second. That's why they've asked for a specialist to be brought in, like Vuyani Jachana, to oversee everything. They want somebody that they can trust within the process, because they're saying that SAA is masking this whole process and trying to hide things from the unions. So this is why they're raising questions about the business practitioner.
Yeah, and then of course there's news just in regarding the Peter Moyo versus Old Mutual case. What's happening there?
It's just drama everywhere. But it appears as though Judge Brian Mashile, now let me just take you back, Judge Brian Mashile has been presiding over the Peter Moyo and Old Mutual case since day one. Judge Mashile is the same judge that ordered that Peter Moyo be reinstated with immediate effect earlier this year. It was about 6 months ago, and of course, Old Mutual was appealing that and did not go according to that order. And at a specific press briefing, Trevor Manuel, who's the chairperson of Old Mutual, had indicated that he said some remarks about the judge, saying it's just a man who so happens to wear a robe that made the decision to have him reinstated with immediate effect. And that's when Peter Moyo's legal team decided to put that statement in their contempt of court application, and saying that Old Mutual is putting the judge in a very uncomfortable and discomfort position, and that is when Old Mutual decided to put in an application for recusal, and that was heard today. So Judge Mashile has recused himself from the contempt of court matter, and he will no longer be presiding over that. So it's basically a win for Old Mutual.
All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Heidi Jacobs.